Hello, Morning Rush regulars. It's time for Tomorrow's Show Today. Today's hump day. Tomorrow will be Thursday. There's Kelly Nash, by the way. So, tomorrow, and by the way, I was going to tell you something about Dustin Lynch, but I don't know. Can I use the word lynch anymore?
Oh, see, now that's political humor.
That's a little bit of, usually we save that for our 560 WVOC podcast and show, but I had to throw it in there today.
Yeah.
Because that is a valid question. There's a word. I'm finding out so many words have different definitions. I keep going back to the dictionary, but I realize that was written back in the day.
Back when they were racist and homophobic?
Yeah, that is it.
Jonathan, we need a new woke dictionary.
We do need
Webster's
woke.
dictionary is non-woke.
And
we need the woke dictionary.
Yeah, forget about urban dictionary. That's just for people who want to use words for filthy language. But if we did the woke dictionary, it had to be online. You can't print it because by the time you printed it, it would be outdated.
That's true.
The woke dictionary. That is a great idea.
Well, you were talking about words, and one of the stories we want to get to tomorrow is out of the Boston Herald reporting that one of the Democrats up there in Massachusetts has authored a bill that would outlaw the B word.
Mm.
And
the word I used yesterday on this podcast that I shouldn't have used, and I apologize again.
He wanted to make sure that you understand you can use it as a son of a B word. You can use that.
Like Joe Biden said.
Yeah, that's
Son
fine. That's fine. But if you're using it to describe a dog, that's fine as well.
What if I said life's a bee?
If you fine.
Life's a bee.
Yeah, and if you even use the B word to, sometimes ladies, women call each other the B word in a way of like a greeting of esteem. Like, yeah. Hey, what's up, my fella? And we have a guy who works here. What's up?
Gary Thrills Mills.
Yes, uses the B
begins
word.
every Facebook posting with that.
Yes, those are all fine.
Okay.
This bill specifically bans it if it's being used in a way to degrade or demean another person. And so his heart is in the right place, obviously. He doesn't want people to be degraded. Although he doesn't cover the word like which which rhymes with it, or battle axe, or anything else that you that you might say to demean or diminish somebody else. However, it's a pretty strict fine. It's $150 for your first offense, and all a woman would have to do, or a man, if you used it against them in a demeaning way, is go to a police officer and say, "That guy called me the B word, and he did it to hurt my feelings. I know in my heart.
My feelings are hurt."
And then the cop has to arrest you, and then bring you to jail, and then you pay the $150 fine and get out. Then if you do it again, now you're in jail for up to 6 months.
What?
That's the way it's written. So if we can ban certain words that hurt or are uncomfortable,
Or the way I enunciate it. What if I go, "Hey, Mister"? Now, see, clearly when I called you Mister, I wasn't being.
You were actually implying I wasn't a mister.
More than that. I was a lot of implication. Mister, hey, Mister. Mister. Hey. See, now why? This is a slippery slope. This is the log flume of all slippery slopes straight to hell.
But, the argument would be, you have said it, I have said it, I think Tumbleweed's probably said it, that you go to a sporting event like at Williams-Brice or up at Clemson or an Atlanta Braves game, you're there with your children, your wife, you're having a great time, and there's somebody within your thing, and they're calling the players every F-bomb under the sun. They got all kinds of colorful language. And you're like, shut up! You're ruining the whole game for everybody with your bad mouth, and there's nothing we can do about it. How great would it be if you just said, "Oh, pardon, usher, remove him for using one of the banned words"?
Well, and I've always been the one that said, like, we shouldn't have things printed at Myrtle Beach, like half the T-shirts shouldn't be for sale because of the obscenities.
Mm-hmm.
But you can say, that doesn't help because I can say life's a, and they print that on the T-shirt every day of the week.
Well, I mean, I guess we're just going to start banning words for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You can ban the words for whatever reason. Jonathan thinks that word is ugly. Like, there's some words that some people don't like the word moist. Tumbleweed brought that to our attention. The word moist, or slacks. Some people hate the word slacks. Or kumquat. They don't like the word kumquat. Remove it. Rename the kumquat.
Moist does have a negative connotation unless you're talking about a Duncan Hines cake.
Man, think about how the clever marketing at Duncan Hines, they took a negative and made it a positive.
Okay, we're going to talk about what words we can use and what words we can't use tomorrow. Be
Yeah, let us know
careful.
what words you want banned.
Yeah, which ones you want banned, and spell them if you have to, but for Pete's sake, don't say it out loud. And I am playing Dustin Lynch. Till we figure out what else we're going to call him. Okay, so we got that coming down, and we talked about some crazy dating stories that the people are still talking about from a week ago.
No, it was more than a week ago. Remember, we weren't here last week.
That's right.
We were on
It was 2 weeks
vacation.
ago.
So it's been at least 2 weeks, and people keep asking us about this one specific date where the girl came home from college. The guy reached out to her, took her to the food court at the mall. He said, let me take you to dinner. She thought they were going to a restaurant. They ended up, he said, eat whatever you want. You want Sbarro's? You want
Right.
whatever it is she wants. The food court is your oyster. Enjoy. And then proceeded to talk to other girls on the cell phone while she was eating her food. Then took her ice skating, and at the ice skating rink tried to convince her to get her parents to invest in this ice skating rink, which is apparently for sale. And then on the way home said, do you mind if we stop? And she said, how much worse could the date
It's
get?
time to go see my grandpa.
Well, he didn't say that until he pulled into the cemetery.
Oh.
And then he stopped the car. She'd actually texted her parents, whatever his name is, Randy's now pulling into a cemetery in case anybody's looking for me. I'm here in, 96 or wherever they were, South Carolina. And he said, do you want to meet my grandpa? And she said, that's okay. And he got out and went over to a tombstone in the headlights and just started bawling. And then came back to the car. And then at the end of the night, he went for the kiss, and she said, I got to be honest with you, I just don't see this happening. And he goes, that's all right. You acted kind of weird anyway. So
Wow.
that story is so awesome.
That is the craziest thing.
And we don't do it justice the way she told it. But we want to hear your crazy date stories.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
I just had a
What are you still
flashback.
talking about?
I just had a flashback of one. I was living in an apartment complex, and the girl who lived next to me, Marie, she and I were good friends. We never thought about dating or anything like that. But I heard her voice outside with like a couple of other people. So I look out the window, and there's Marie and two guys and another girl. They were on a double date. They're all butt naked, getting out of a Jeep Wrangler. No doors, no top, nothing. They're all riding around butt naked. It's still 2 o'clock in the morning. So, and I walked outside and I said, "What's up?" And they invited me to join the party. I said, there's something. I'm gonna have to go to bed on this one. Plus, I think it's gonna be a little crowded in there. And I asked her. I said, "So, how long have you been dating this guy?" Because I didn't know she was dating anybody. And she said, "Oh, we just met." I'm like, "Oh, okay, good." So,
Well, wait a second. Now that reminds me of a quote-unquote date I went on.
okay.
When I moved to Washington, D.C., one of my friends from Connecticut said, well, I know a girl who lives in Washington. You ought to look her up. And so somehow we got a hold of each other. And she said, yeah, why don't we, meet up for drinks? I can show you around D.C. and stuff. And
Sure.
I said, great, all right. So we do that. And we get dinner. And then we get a couple of glasses of wine in us. And she says, you want to come back to my house? Sure, I'll
Hey.
go back to your house. Then she says, you want to go in my hot tub? And
Okay.
I say, I don't have a bathing suit. And she says, oh, I don't wear a bathing suit in the hot tub either. I said, so what are we wearing? She goes, we're going au naturel.
Right.
So next thing I know, it's like midnight
Uh-huh.
on like a Tuesday. I'm naked. She's naked.
Yep.
We're in the hot tub. And at some point, I go to put my arm around her, and she's like, whoa, what are you doing?
Hey, buddy, back off.
Yeah, whoa, what's up with
Hey,
the aggressive behavior here? What gave you the thought that could happen, weirdo?
This is our first date, bro.
I was like, oh,
Calm it
okay.
down.
Yeah, she was like, we're not. I hope I didn't give you the idea that there was something
Oh,
happening
yeah.
here.
Then she gets out of the tub. She's naked. She's
Yeah,
got
I
her
know.
finger in. If you keep that behavior up,
Exactly.
I'm going to kick you out of here.
Exactly. I was so my gosh, this was weird.
How did you get naked on the first date and ride through town? And ride through town in a Jeep with no doors and no, everybody can see. I don't know. How does that happen? And how does that happen?
It's just
Kelly with a hot tub
Yeah.
and the naked girl.
Talk about that tomorrow morning.
Okay, we'll do that
6:15.
too. All that's going to happen tomorrow's show today. And you can always reach out to us on social media where we are now, or you can reach out to us on Twitter, or you can be sure and call us and chime in with your crazy date stories at 978-9267. Tomorrow on The Morning Rush.